to the melting point.
All right, so it's 7 minutes gone past the hour of 10. First of all, we would like to apologize sincerely for starting off the melting point this late. We're here now and we're here to discuss some of the issues that are on the table when it comes to Nigeria and the governance at large and how it pertains to the citizens. Welcome to the melting point. My name is Sharon Mandel.
I am Anifiok Enquiry. It's a pleasure to have you there. Good morning.
We have in the studio joining us to analyze these issues a journalist and management consultant, Apostle Samuel Joshua. Good morning to you, Apostle.
Pleasure's mine.
Welcome.
Yeah.
All right, so today we'll be dealing on two major topics. We're going to be starting with the procurement of the presidential jet. Now, the officials of the presidency, according to the online news platform, have kept their lips shut about the planned purchase of a new aircraft for the presidential air fleet. And since then, there has not been any official statement from the presidency on the matter. The actual cost of the aircraft is yet to be ascertained, and a report earlier on by Premium Times had said it was learned that government was negotiating to acquire it for $100 million, but said it could not establish the actual price, but that it was procured. But the National Assembly has said that they didn't approve any purchase of the presidential jet. So people are asking, how did this presidential jet come about? And all of this came to surface after the saga with the Chinese company, and then the court ordered that
Nigerians
access should be freezed abroad.
Yes. So that's where we're going to start off today. Apostle, let's start off with the fact that this presidential jet has just come to be from the blues. What do we make of that?
Well, it is a sad commentary. It's sad that the government has been run in secrecy. I've been talking about this many times.
Yeah.
That it's not good to run a democratic government, so to say, in secrecy, shredded in secrecy. And this is one of the things and one of the reasons that some of us are quite uncomfortable with the current government. And even with the previous governments of Buhari, that was the same issue. But let us not forget that the presidency has debunked the rumor that it was a rumor when it was first published that they want to buy presidential jets for the president, the vice president, one other jet. And that is just exactly what we have seen now, 3 jets. A fleets. All of them are registered as Air Force 1, 2, 3. Already. That means what the president is using now is Air Force 1. So this one will be Air Force 1B, as the case may be. So the presidency, not the president himself, because that's why I've been talking about the difference between the president and the presidency. We don't have presidency in America. We have the president. Of course, official spokesperson is different from the presidency, right? Now, in Nigeria, the presidency said there's no plan for any purchase of these plans because the bad governance protest was around the corner. So everything must be denied. Good for my senior colleague, Bayo. That is a good one now. But the National Assembly had earlier said there's no approval for such purchase.
Yeah.
Beautiful story. And we applauded the Senate President. But this time around, the secret is open and the truth is out. That they are presidential jets. How can the French authority, based on court order in France, and now also corroborated by appeal courts in United States of America? So 2 courts from different countries in the West have done what? Given the freezing order of Nigerian assets. Simplicity. Because a good state government loan is guaranteed always by the federal government. Of course. That is why there is what we call a guarantor becomes a party to the contract once the original party fails. That is just the background when we talk about the law of contract, which I've studied in management. So when the federal government now, which was a surety, becomes a party to the case once the other party has defaulted. So that is just the way to go. And now, as a matter of fact, by the grace of God, I am very, very happy that the secret is open and the truth is out. But then the National Assembly, again, has reiterated its stance that they have never given approval for that purchase. But now, what is one of the strongest ground for impeachment of the president? Extra budgetary expenditure. But the president is so covered because he knows very well impeachment has never happened in Nigeria for the presidency. It has never happened in the annals of Nigerian presidency. That no matter what you commit, nothing will happen. After all, your party leads the parliament. The two arms of the parliament, the Green and the Red Chambers, are being led by the APC. So you are on safe grounds. Let us not forget about this issue of budgetary expenditure, which I reiterated in another forum, that another station, that Mr. President, the former President Buhari, should have been thrown out of office for extra budgetary expenditure. Ways and means of 27 point something million. Yes, 27 point something trillion naira ways and means was taken by the president without approval of the parliament. Then Ahmed Lawan led parliament, tricked us as if he was angry. At the 9 minutes, oh, the president said, okay, we are going to take you as I will support you to be a presidential candidate. He told the national chairman of APC then, you should announce him, Ahmed Lawan, as the preferred candidate. Whatever, howbeit, Ahmed Lawan surreptitiously approved the ways and means of 27.2 trillion. So sad. And we were all here in Nigeria shouting, and then our cries did not go to anywhere close to heavens, because we have no choice. We can only, you see, the minority can have a say. We can say whatever we want to say, as we're saying now, but then the majority will have their way. That's what's happening in the Nigerian parliament. So I was shocked that Ahmed Lawan, who said they will never approve it, was the same person who approved it. And then who is now the chief of staff to the president, was then the speaker of the House of Representatives, Bajabiamila. They also said they will not approve it. Who knows why he's there now as a chief of staff? You see, Nigeria is like that. It's being run like a banana republic. Nigeria is being run like a jungle. But to me, Nigeria is not a jungle. But that's the way they run it. They run it with impunity that no one can talk. Who will say anything? What will happen to me? There's no impeachment. Nothing can happen like that. If you want to move for impeachment now, in fact, you are seen as an anti-party and anti-government. Okay, so that's the problem we are having in Nigeria. It's so sad that the presidency denied this. Then I'm challenging Bayo Denoga to come up again to say what he said before is denial. So a journalist now, who's supposed to be a watchdog, and then the bastion of hope of the public, that the journalist is supposed to say the truth at all times. Not only be seen as saying the truth, be seen as saying the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. But now he lied to Nigerians. He too, because he was not the president that made this communication. He was the one that made the communication. So is he not supposed to resign? In his honor, he should throw in the towel, so that the president can recruit better hands that will be able to say the truth to the public. That is my take about it.
Now, the Nigerian people are currently grappling with hyperinflation, mismanagement of the economy, insecurity, and all other social vices. What does this portend to the people who trust their leaders to deliver on the dividends of democracy? Are they still worthy of note? Are they still, standing tall? Can they still stand tall before the people and talk?
But as I'm speaking now, I am one of those people that are being affected. I'm a victim of bad governance. That's the truth. Because you talk about IMF was the one that directed Tinubu's late government to withdraw electricity subsidy, and they did it. They did it in the guise of band A, B, C, D, E, and F. I don't know what is the band Z. The band Z have to come in too, because the government that has no good direction is just heading to the rocks. So that is just it. No, how can a Nigerian be comfortable with the government like that? You hear what Shun, that is a daughter to the Mr. President said. Of course. Hear it. It's on the social media. Why should the father be bringing in that Nigeria is not Lagos? They should be bringing in people that he used 20 years ago in the Ministry of Finance as commissioners. You bring them now at this age. At the age that, why do people retire, for goodness sake? At the age of 60, you are supposed to retire as civil servant in Nigeria. Why do you retire? Even in the academic cycle at 70, you are supposed to go. So why is it that Nigerians are recruiting ministers who are hit the age of retirement, and over that age of retirement, you are bringing people at 70s to be ministers of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Why? Why? Will they be strong enough? What about the normal rheumatism that people of based on age will have, that you cannot wake up and leave your bed early? What about the raised blood pressure that you have because of stress, mental stress? So why is it that you bring retirees, just like you, because the president is also a retiree in a way by age, you know, and you bring also retirees, thinking that, okay, with their silver hay will be able to bring you wisdom. Have you delivered? They have not delivered. If they have delivered with silver hay, then the wisdom could have been seen. But now, turning the wheelman again, I think the balcony cannot hear the balcony again in Nigeria. Things fall apart, and then the standard cannot hold. So, but I pray that mere anarchy should not be loose upon the country. Yes, I pray that word. Personal.
Yeah, I hear you.
Apostle, now one of the presidential spokespersons actually confirmed that the jets were bought for the president, but you know, he said that it was purchased through service-wide vote, which doesn't require parliamentary approval. The question here is, what are the broader consequences in terms of accountability and transparency in government spending?
No, but my own is very simple. The same presidential spokesman of the same president said that there is no plan to purchase this thing when there was a leak. In the media, we had the scope. They published it that this government is planning to buy presidential jets at times like this. At times like this, when Nigerians are dying in poverty and hunger. But then the presidency, the official, the spokesman, also denied. So why can another spokesman come up to say that we have accepted it? Okay, when the first one, we could not be believing the later one, that okay, there are plans. Then now that the secret is open and the truth is out, who is listening to it? No one listens to you. Who is listening to that person? And they are quoting now, you have not even know the source. Because if I know the source, I will know if a jury, because a jury now have been driven back to the best, maybe because it doesn't come from the center group. Do you understand? He's not from the gas group. So he has been driven to the back seat. Say, Yuri, be quiet and sit down. Let us now own our own government. It's our government. It's a Southwest government. So all of them who are there must come from.
Apostle, how do you know that he has been taken to the back seat?
But you can hear him again.
Yeah,
have you heard a jury again? See, journalists talk on facts, not hearsay and rumor. That's the truth. He has been talking. His position is high. He has always been around the president. But when Bayo came in, believe me, things are the table tender. That is the one that is the official spokesman now. And is back. Out. And it is nothing far from, no one can suspect anything apart from nepotism. Simplicity.
All right, Apostle, I'll still come back to you. This seems to be a culture with some Nigerian leaders who, when they get into office, they say this and do another thing. Now, would you now blame the leadership of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for the shortcomings we are experiencing right now, or the people, the electorate that actually voted them into power? And vis-a-vis, put that aside as side by side with judicial reforms.
Well, so many questions and so many answers. But let me also say, as a matter of fact, that people are in government because they are voting for power. But if the electoral process in Nigeria, led by the Mahmoud Ahmed's government, Yakubu's government, is correct in INEC, then there will not be so many elections have been turned. Of course, turned on the ground of what? Irregularity. That is not the good scorecard for the INEC. So who knows? Who knows if those ones who are successful because they are supposed to be successful, or are successful because maybe the CGN was changed for another person. Do you understand? My tribe. You remember the issue of the CGN during the time of the Calabar man, Cross River man. Of course, Onigen was just removed like that, on the grounds that he did not declare complete asset. But the same indictment was given on Mohammed Yakubu. Mahmoud Yakubu had the same charge, that you did not declare all your assets. But what happened? They just choked him, and the next thing is like, go ahead and declare it now. But why didn't you do it? What is good for the goats is good for the gander. I don't know why Nigeria is run like this. That if it's my brother, he should go. If it's a person who supports me, he should go. But then if it's not, you see, in a certain country, a lot of people should have risen up to say, Mahmoud, we must go. Because that office is a sacred office. That integrity is a watchword. But then you allow it to go. Why did he not declare most of those assets? Because he knew what was inside it. That it was not his salary. But why are you going to declare it now while Nongan was not given such privilege? Even when he resigned, they said, no, we don't accept your resignation. They dragged him in the court of criminal CCT. Yes. They dragged that guy. They dragged him so much. They disgraced him enough. At the end of it all, when they have put in another person, they say, okay, we have now accepted your resignation. Hey, the way Nigeria is going, I'm afraid. The way Nigeria is going, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. At the same time, they should do something meaningful and rise. When we are shouting like this, they should listen to us. This is just the glory. How can the presidency deny that there is no plan to buy aircraft? But okay, let me tell you, that aircraft would have entered Nigeria could have taken off to 1 year before we realized, apart from the active brace. Except unless for the fact that those aircraft were impounded as one of the seizures ordered by the court in the France. So it became an open issue. That is why you see somebody have the shameless face to come and say, okay, he was purchased out of this will. Who will believe a liar? This is a problem about that. If you lie to me once or twice, they say if you lie to me once, shame to you. If you lie twice, shame unto me. So when you keep on lying, many lies in a month. So when the same person speaks, who is this damn person that will accept it? I won't accept it. Even if I'm a fool, as I'm sitting down here, I won't accept such lies from the presidency. From today, I have rejected all what they say, because I have tried them for many times and they don't say the truth. A liar could not be believed even when he speaks the truth. That's an axiom, English axiom. When you speak, they keep on lying, and then whenever you speak the truth, people will see, say, oh, this man is crying wolf. So Nigeria have to be run like a democracy that we see in the West and other African countries. In South Africa, a former president has been jailed. He said, okay, he's coming out of jail, I want to stand election. Becky, you cannot stand election in this country. Right? Can it happen in Nigeria? It's not possible. Because all former presidents know very well that they still continue with unconstitutional immunity. And that's the truth.
Alright, Apostle, this, as you have said, has been shrouded in secrecy. This poses a lot of questions to our checks and balances system in Nigeria, how we can scrutinize all of this. But this is a really deep issue. Where do we start from when we are talking about reforms?
Well, the reforms will come, but not in this government. Not under President Tinubu. You will not do reforms. Believe me or not, there will be no reform. And then,
also,
no, I am sure of it. Because, see, when you want to do something, you set it into motion. Set something in motion. Then we know that a journey of 1,000 miles starts with just a step. But this one is that there's no step toward the reformation. Even the economic reformation. Is it not now that Adam Oshimole have come up to tell us the truth? That Nigeria borrow up to the point that they say, okay, there's no need for borrowing again. What do you do? Devalue your currency, that the price of things will come down. They have devalued the currency. I have told you that it was a deliberate attempt to devalue the currency so that poverty will increase in Nigeria. And they said they are unifying it. Where is unification? Show us one day, 24 hours, that parallel market, or for once, since the so-called unification towns, show us 1 hour that the parallel market has met, in equilibrium with the, or in par with the official market. It's not possible. I say it's not possible. So is it that the central bank governor does not know the truth? He knows. But you see is that all institutions now in Nigeria has always been consumed by the executive. What the president, one man says, forget about the parliament, what the one man says is enough. The central bank governor runs the way he runs as a private business. Why are we confiscating Emefiele's assets now? Some are forfeiting without trial, right? Why the trial is not concluded, the court will do what? Interim forfeiture. What do you mean by interim forfeiture? You should freeze it, the assets that it could not be used. But you don't have the right to talk about whether interim or permanent forfeiture, because the word forfeiture is forfeiture. It therefore means this is, let me tell you, no one is a criminal until when it has been sentenced to jail or convicted by court of competence jurisdiction. You cannot say I am a criminal because you have seen me stealing. No. That's why we see extrajudicial killing even in Akwa Ibom. Oh, someone is alleged of stealing a small food. They say, okay, carry arms. You don't even see the arms. Only what you know is that the man will be burnt on the streets. I know it's venting of anger, transfer aggression. When people are so hungry, they will resort to so many things. Anti-government issue and civil disobedience, you know. So the governments, I don't see transformation in this government. And then, to me, I don't see it.
All right, listener, you're with us on Melting Point. Here is where we cross-fertilize ideas as it concerns the state of Nigeria and also the economic aspect of this government. And today we're looking at the presidential jet that was touted as not being bought, but today it's been accepted that some amount has exchanged hands and is now the property of Nigeria. Well, analyst eloquent as he is, Apostle Samuel Joshua, he's here proffering his solutions, so we'll invite you to join us much later. Let me come back to the Apostle. Now, Apostle, in view of these developments in Nigeria and subsequent ones perhaps today, Akwa Ibom will be witnessing the arrival of another aircraft. Since we're talking about aircraft and jets,
I can't wait to comment on this. I can't wait to comment on this.
Okay, we're expecting our jets.
News, man.
Yeah, good news,
man.
Right. And so,
you know, the projection of the aircraft, a brand new Airbus, right, is going to rake in. It's going to fly Lagos. Already it has started flights. What they were waiting for the return of the governor, so that they will be able to bring it here for celebration today. I can't wait to see it.
Okay.
I can't wait to enjoy it. Already, the projection of the aircraft supposed to be about 125 million naira in a day.
Okay, that's where I was going to.
It's business.
Yeah,
it's business. So Umano came in to reform Nigeria. Akwa Ibom, you can see it. What goes you to me? I keep on telling people that I see Akwa Ibom under Pastor Umar Basino being transformed to look like Dubai. That how it will happen, I don't know. This is one of the ways. Who sets up the platform? That's one thing about government. Government is a continuum, and that is what I can see between the Udomi Emmanuel's government and this other government. So many things have been said. This issue of the contract of the purchase of the airplanes with the Airbus in France was done by the previous government, and now this flight now be coming in is just the continuation of the agreements and the MOU signed.
But of course, you know, people are asking questions concerning the economic benefit of this to Akwa Ibom, and of course, we don't know how much this is going to accrue into the coffers of Akwa Ibom.
No, but our job is to enlighten them. They are asking about that. I'm a management consultant, so I know. I've told you that if an aircraft brings in 125 projection amount of money, million naira in a day, but what are we talking about the profitability? What else is profit? It's naira and kobo, right? So that is just the answer. The answer is very simple. It's not in the blues. It is here. It's not in the wings. It is here, right away. That I can tell you that is the projection. Yes, I say that as a journalist on good grounds of authority. So this is the way to go. Like now, when they go and build, you know, the tower in Uyo are occupied by Bank of Industry. I think 2 floors. Another company is occupying 1 floor. It's a 21-story building. That means the commercial activities in Akwa Ibom is not as much as Lagos. Check out why the governor is talking about such much story building in Lagos and converting the unused assets in Abuja, the lodge in Abuja, they will change it to what? A hotel, where people will come in and lodge and give money every day to Akwa Ibom State. So people are making noise. So what is the noise? If you don't know, ask. I think that is the solution everywhere in the world. When I traveled to Dubai the first time, what I do is that even when some people will not answer to your query, keep on asking them, this is where I want to go. Somebody will tell you where to go. Yes. So this is what people don't know. If you don't know, maybe that's why we are doing this. Advocacy is just to enlighten the people who don't claim to know. Because you see, when you hate a government, this is what we call in marketing inertia. Someone hates an organization or product without knowing reason why. That's called inertia. So some people hate the government in inertia, not because they have a reason. So anything about that government, they will see it as being bad. Come on. When the government does what is right, it is our job. That's why we are here in Memories 96.5 FM. That's why we're here to support the government of Pastor Moino.
That's right.
That's it.
All right, thank you very much. Let's move a little to this planned October protest, Apostle. Now, the organizers of the hashtag End Bad Governance in Nigeria protest have come out to say that there will be another one in October. And I remember your remarks on the August protest saying that it was successful. So, do you see a need for the October protest?
No, there's the need for mother of all protests to come, of course. Because what has been met? Promises. We have heard promises and rhetorics. We have heard official rhetorics before, presidential rhetorics. Lies too many. Of course. So when you keep on promising, like I told you about the last time we came here, we talk about CNG buses. Some are produced by Innocent Motors. That's good. Beautiful. But where is the CNG itself? The product. Because putting the horse behind the cart is a small problem, and it's a common decimal in Nigerian policies. We always put the cart first, and then we put the horse. Is it going to pull it? Right? How is it going to work? So you put the horse first, which is a CNG, compressed natural gas, must be available, and not only being available like the PMS is available in Akwa Ibom with 1,000 naira per liter. That's what we buy. That's not the availability. The availability is that the CNG should have been flooded in the open market first. I personally would like to use over 300,000 naira to buy my own kit to change it from my car, so I will be able to drive it. It will be cheaper for me, right? But now the CNG is not even seen. And they promise 40 buses, every state, 36 states, including the Federal Capital Territory. Where is the buses in Akwa Ibom? I only saw a bus that was brought in by a governor, I think 2 in number, from Innocent. I came back from AKBC program that day, and then the driver stopped us and asked us, how do we get to Barasuru? Then I directed him. I saw the new bus, fully air-conditioned bus. But let me tell you, I can assure you that that one was not the CNG. It was the buses that they need very well to transport students that time, from the school at Barasuru to that one at Orange Street. The governor does it. He doesn't need to shout. And I also expect the media aides of the governor, overbloated media aides of about 54, to do more job than what they have done already. Because I'm not in the media team of the governor, so I will not be blowing his trumpet. Such things most of you do not know. I know it by my personal investigation. You know? Yes, I know that we believe more than those who work with the government. That's the truth. But again, they have to do more too, because having 54 media aides is unprecedented in another point. The governor also wants to help us, especially those who are trained journalists. About 17 of them are there who are trained journalists. So he wants to help us to have food to eat, because if you don't, a journalist does not fit well, there's that tendency that of the practice will turn to a yellow journalism because of what? Journalism of the stomach. Journalism of the stomach is that of an infrastructure which is best known to you. That means the real journalism of ethical journalism based on objectivity and balance will be down the drain.
All right, you said you are in support of the protesters intellectually. Now, how
I am also one of the leaders, intellectual leaders of this protest.
Okay.
So when you talk about other leaders, what about me? I am here.
Okay, based on your
I'm the
evaluation of the
Proposed project.
Protest, what's your evaluation on that? And also, certainly they're looking forward to having another, perhaps by October. Now, if the next one comes, what are the indices? What do you expect, on the next turn of the protests?
You see, this protest has no clear leader. All of us are leaders. The hungry people are leaders, especially those who can type on internet and then speak a little English, right? You know, there was a book that we used to have in school, and it was written by one Peter Little. Then our lecturer used to say, Peter Little with little English. And whatever that means, a black man is teaching a white man speaking good English. So, then there's no clear leader. If there's a clear leader, you're talking about October. I was born on 1st October.
Oh, really?
After my father, who married 2 wives, had 6 children without a male, I just came up, and then everyone was shouting, "Oh, male child, independent child." But now I'm ashamed of Nigeria. So the protest should not start on October just because of me. So that's why the problem that I have. Now it's a sacred month to me. It's a sacred day, 1st October. That although I cannot really celebrate, because what am I celebrating? If you celebrate your birthday in Nigeria now, it shows you that you are insensitive to the plight of those who are poor. There's no need to celebrate anything about Nigeria's birthday now, because Nigeria is sick, and they need of leadership. Nigeria is in their need of what? Leadership.
Yeah.
Also,
leadership deficit. That's what we are having.
We saw we saw loss of lives. We saw how it escalated in so many states, in several states. Things happened. There was a lot of looting and all of that. What would you say the protesters, the security officials, and the government should do differently in the build-up to the October protest?
Well, however, the loss of life is there, but revolution divorces children. So there's no cry about that. Revolution divorces children. What happened in Kenya? Price of bread. Just hike in the price of bread is staple food. Here we are in Nigeria. Everything is going off wire by prices. Inflation is coming. And then I told you about the NBS. Yes, NBS cook up figures which cannot be verifiable. Because let me tell you, when you bring out the figures, you should be able to tell us the methodology of how you arrive on these figures. Where do they get their figures from? Because the figures, they say it has come down since 2022. What has come down? Okay, now let us, all of us, go to the markets and tell us price of one thing that has come down in Nigeria. Just price of one thing. So is the NBS right? What was telling you that the NBS figure, when they talk about 34%, I am talking about 45%. I have all figures and all indices, projections to show that I'm right. Yes, I am right. What is the projection? The projection is that if you go back to 2015, the inflation rate was 9% in single digit, right? The inflation year on year was 9% as of 2015. But then the value of the currency was at 195 naira to a dollar. The petrol price was 87 naira per liter. Come and see it today. Kerosene itself was 50 naira per liter. Kerosene as of 2015. So now, a price of bag of 50 kg rice, foreign rice, like Maroni rice, I can remember I used to buy it every month because of my population of my family. Now, do you know that Maroni rice was 7,500 naira? Foreign rice. Who eats local rice there? Who eats the local rice there? Because of sand and shafts. Not well polished. Who eats it? You see, it's nutritious. I say, become. The sand here will cause problem for my diabetes. What do you call it? Sorry. I don't know what is that called now. What the sand will cause at the end of appendicitis. Oh, this girl now. Wow. so that's it. So I don't want to eat sand. When we were children, I think we eat sand in Africa. You know, they allow the children to do anything because they always eat from the floor. But that was it. But now, because of the development, You don't have a lot of cholera here because of the sun and then the dates. So, but how much is a bag of, how much did I buy a bag of rice in the Itam market? Local rice. The local rice that have very little sun anyway. Well polished, long grain. In Itam market, I bought it for 80,000 naira. That is a sad commentary. So, in percentage calculation, 7,500 in foreign rice compared to 80,000 naira and the same quantum of rice, a local rice, which they don't pay the freight from outside to bring in. Let me tell you, it is commonsensical to understand that the rulings of the MBS has, for years now, has been favoring the government as an agency of the government. It is not telling us the true issue. If I challenge them, let us bring up the methodology. That's just what I want, the chapter 3. I think it's known to everybody who's a graduate. Let us know the methodology. What indices you use to arrive at this inflation rate? I want to know it. Someone, Sunak, who has just been sacked as a prime minister, brought down the inflation in Britain up to 2.3%. Also, I'm talking about 2.3%. But that economy alone could not help it. They say, okay, other indices are there. You have to go. And that's how it was out. So, what is happening in Nigeria that we are sitting down here, you say, things are not only hard in Nigeria until the bad governance come. That's what the president told us. And it's not only in Nigeria that it's particularly hard. Do you expect such comment from any sitting president anywhere in the world? Of course it's not. You'll be booted out. You'll be impeached by Trump. You see, so you can now understand that what the government is doing now is showing us how not to run a country. That's what Tinubu is doing to us. He's showing us how not to run a country. Please, he still have time because this is just 1 year. He has turned everything upside down. So I think that a short time from now, he will be able to, he has a chance to make amends. The first thing is to sack the central bank governor, put in people like us in the central bank, and then we will change the issue. I will fix the naira, nothing more than 200 naira to $1. Here we are. The price of everything will change under 2 months. Then we start to celebrate the government. He has a chance to make up.
All right, you also have a chance to make up on the program Melting Points by dialing 0803 085 7755 or 0809 066 6909. Let's have your views and contributions. You're welcome. I have a call here. Good morning. Yes, good morning. I greet you.
Good morning, Akpan. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Oh.
Oh.
"20 years ago, yes, that's it. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Come from.
Thank you, Akpan.
All right, thank you, Akpan. Thank
We
you
have
very much.
another one.
We have another call here.
Hello, good morning.
Yes.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Welcome to the program. Go on.
Yes.
All right.
It's my take too.
Thank you very much.
It's my take.
Thanks for your
All right.
contribution.
You could also reach us via our WhatsApp platform. The number is 0809 066 6909. And we're streaming live on Facebook. The handle is Memories965FM. Go drop a comment and we'll read it out. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome
Yeah,
to the
you're
program.
My name is Abba.
Okay.
Which my language somehow.
No problem.
Carry on.
That's what is happening with the government. You have a very big ball and you are going to play trumpet. You can't do that. That's number one. Then number two, let us not forget that here is a crash. It's a glass site, not a cave site. Everywhere it is glass, they want to maintain that glass. And you want to break the ones that are down so that you will not get onto that glass. So,
All right.
I will let you what can be done for those who are in the middle class.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your contribution. Yeah, Apostle, you heard the callers. And,
Yes, I start with the last one.
All right.
The middle class has been removed in Nigeria, just like Trump removed it in America. Okay, so he has been removed. So it's either you are rich or you are poor in Nigeria. Too bad. Where there is any economy that the middle class does not exist, it's not a balanced economy. It's not a growing economy.
Yeah,
Yes.
before now, the agitators or the protesters had enumerated or outlined some points that they want the government demands. They want the government to look at, and some say the government have met part of their demands. And do you think the protest again is necessary based on that?
I don't know who said it. My own point
The
is
youths
that
have had loans, students loan, and
who is the beneficiary for as we speak? See, I don't talk about projection. Projection is different. You are saying this is what I want to do, and money has been released. But who show me? I'm still a student. I'm a PhD student at the University of you. Of course, a student is a student. So who are the beneficiaries of the loan? The answer is, I know you cannot answer me because I'm coming here to answer your questions. But being that rhetoric being so important, there is no beneficiary yet. Now, if there are beneficiaries, please publish their names. Of course, publish their names. Publish the name of the beneficiaries. That's the truth. There was a time that they were paying a pension and gratuity in Akwa Ibom, in the previous government. And the people were saying that no one is paid. You hear about that? It's from the opposition elements. But now the government started publishing the real names and then they publish that. So you know the labor table or saying don't publish their names because they will come in after them, right? When they know their name. That what you do is that all staff has number and the ministries or establishments. That's what they have been doing. They keep on publishing it. That was when the issue of government is not paying has stopped. And they keep on paying. Do you understand what I mean? When you treat anything in secrecy, if you build a house and then your wife could not be permitted to enter a certain room and your children, the day you forget the key, they must enter it first to see what is in the room. Does he have a human head in the room? Is money being manufactured right there? Because you lock that room so much. I heard that kind of a story like that. That when the man traveled, what the wife mistakenly dropped that key, the wife quickly, without waste of time, opened the key, only to realize that he was bank documents throughout the whole room, nothing else. You understand what I mean? So why were you hiding the whole room to keep bank documents? That's what's happening in the government. When they hide so much, we will poke them Why we poke them is that we publish something, and then they will come out to say yes or no. You see that when you publish it, poke them, that the government has not paid anybody the loan. Then if they are paid, you see that they will come out to say it. As we are saying now, they have not paid a dime to anybody. They are only telling us a normal projection. Okay, we have released the money. Where is the money? Of course, we have released the money. Where is the money that you have released? So, what the callers are saying, there is a truth. Like Akpan, I'm sure that he has a good background in management or economics. Of course, because every time he talks, I know the technical jargons that he's using, which is the truth. Anyone that is deceiving Nigerians that under this government, under the central bank governor, who keep on devaluing the currency per second to have loans from the IMF, is going to make Nigeria better and inflation will come down. That person is a grand liar and should not be believed by any fool.
All right.
Sorry. Okay.
Thank you very much. We have just about 2 minutes. So Apostle, let's just get your advice, because people are calling on the government to, attend to the demands of the protesters. And even if the protest comes to be, we shouldn't see a reaction like we saw in the last protest. How do you expect the government to attend to all of this and make sure that this is a peaceful protest?
Well, it is a sad commentary. It is sad that the Nigerian police has never been professional when it comes to protests, except especially in this government. But when it was the government of
when you say never, there were actually states.
I said what I'm saying is that they have never been professional.
But we saw states when the Nigerian police force were, for example, Akwa Ibom State.
Excuse me.
Regarding the protesters.
No. The Akwa Ibom issue is separate because the governor did a meeting, and then everyone who goes there and came out happy. Understand what I mean?
Yeah. But so then the Nigerian police force did their part.
No, they played well because the governor softened the ground, and then the commissioner of police has also accepted that we give the credit to the governor. I mean, the commissioner of police accepted that we should give the credit to the governor, not the police. That the governor and the people of Akwa Ibom also accepted that things could go that way. Otherwise, it could have. Well, was the police not there when we had the insights issue in Akwa Ibom? It's still fresh in my memory. So much instruction going on. The police were still there. Of course, you know what happened in Cross River State. Even the factory, garment factory, one of the best in Africa, was just like that. So what I'm saying is this: the protest is not the NSAS protest organizers or whatever. It's Nigerians that are hungry. Or any hungry Nigerian is a protester and a potential one. So the police should pretend to be professional. If they cannot be professional, then they should pretend to be professional. And the military should go back to the barracks, go back to Sokoto and fight those who are killing soldiers, which they have killed me. Go to Sokoto State, they have killed so many soldiers. And it took the military so long to make a response. So they should go back and kill those who are killing the non-state actors who are killing the military. The military has no business in the internal conflict of unrest in Nigeria. It's not done everywhere. Let them go back to the boundaries. Protect us, territorial integrity of Nigeria. That is their duty. So in every civil matter, you see the military armed to the teeth. Of course, it is a military advance that brought about the NSAS Wahala at what? Lekki. Before they came, 2 weeks have passed. There was no Wahala. Alright? We say we are peaceful protests. People are carrying Nigerian flag, singing national anthem, we are killing them. So what does that mean? So the military is only having power with the civilians who are unarmed. Let them go to Tambisa Forest. Those guys are waiting for them.
Alright, thank you.
That's the job. So the NSAS protest or whether in bad governance protest, they not give them time. That's what is called tactical blunder. They have whoever gave their time of October is committing a tactical blunder. This time around, for a successful protest, which you don't need permission, you should come in like a thief at the night and surprise the authorities, and then you will be successful.
That's I don't know about that, because giving time to the government to work on your demands.
Enough time has been given, and they are not doing it, and they are not ready to do it.
All right, thank you very much, Apostle Samuel Joshua, for your time here.
Pleasure being mine.
All right, that's the picture today on Melting Point, and I do believe you enjoyed it while it lasted. And I sincerely thank our guest, erudite speaker and public affairs analyst, journalist, Thank you, Apostle. I am Anifio Kerum. Thanks for joining us, and all our callers, kudos. Good morning.
My name is Sharon Mando. Once again, thank you very much for listening and all the calls and streaming live with us on Facebook. As I said earlier, there won't be back pass with Patrick Adeke because we will be streaming the receipts of in quotes of the new aircraft. So we're going to the reception rather of the new aircraft. So we're going to be streaming that. As I said, you're at the airport, but you're not at the airport. Thank you very much for listening to the Melting Point. It's still your memorable station. Memories 96.5 FM.